Okay, so quite a few people seem to be having issues with the APA format and the similarity scores. Um, I've had a few Zooms set up for different people, and some show up, some don't. So I decided to go ahead and do a quick little recording to talk you through most of what I would say in the meeting. That way, if you keep missing your meeting, you've got the information. Or you've made a appointment but then had to cancel it because life got in the way, which happens, it's valid. Um, you can take a look at this and see if you still need a meeting. Um, if after watching this, you still have questions and you would like to talk about it, seriously, contact me, email me, message me, whatever, and ask for the meeting. However, when you request the meeting, you need to confirm the meeting and you need to show up to the meeting because I turn other things down in order to be here for you. And I give you two tries, two times. If you just don't show up twice, I'm not willing to spend time waiting again. So at that point, you need to just email me very valid questions, clear questions, so I can answer them. Now, I'm going to share the screen so I can show you a lot of stuff all at once. And I'm sharing the whole thing, so you're going to see a lot of stuff. And my kitten's going, so there you go. All right, so this is Microsoft Word, but this is not the online version. Some of what I'm going to show you only works on the downloaded version. And super important to know that. Now, where I normally begin is I let people know that a direct quote is copied word for word. Close. You put your citation here, and then that. This is the number one thing, and yeah, forgive this, my computer's going crazy and it likes to add extra spaces. But anyway, this is the proper way to cite a direct quote. So if you copy paste, you put quotation mark at the beginning, quotation mark at the end, in-text citation, punctuation at the end. You should have very, very few of these because the purpose of writing a paper is to show that you know what you're talking about. It is not to show that you know how to search or copy. The more quotes you have in a paper, the less likely you actually understand what you're talking about, and that's when you get into trouble for it. Now, paraphrasing is using some of the original text, but is mostly your own words. Notice here that there is, there we go. There are no quotation marks on this. This is like if I was about to grab some random thing to try to read to it. This is where you're trying to explain something and you're still using some of the words. You're taking somebody else's voice, but you're putting it in your own. So you still have to give them credit for it. I am not good at paraphrasing. Um, when my papers would get scanned, my lack of skill with paraphrasing is what would get me tagged every time. So I quit trying to paraphrase. I instead put it 100% in my own words, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment. Now, after that, you have to remember that anytime you state a fact or statistic, you must cite your source. Notice again here. Ah, anytime that should have not been who, it should have been you. There we go. Anytime you state a fact or a statistic, you must cite your source. A lot of people don't seem to understand how they can have sources but not quote. This is how. You say something is a fact, you need to back it up with where that information came from. This does not mean you have to have a direct quote from absolutely everything. It's literally, you're just putting it in there. So like if I said that, I don't know, the Statue of Liberty is located in New York, I would then just have to cite how I knew that, like where it came from, that kind of thing. Um, yeah. So those are the main parts of where you're citing. Now, this class is APA format. So I'm going to show you something about APA format. There's a couple of things. First, I'm going to say, take a look at Purdue OWL. If you go to Purdue OWL, go to that website, that'll bring you here. You can then go to APA. This will tell you everything you need to know about APA. Now, what I find the best is right here, APA sample paper. If you click on the sample paper, it'll bring you this. And this is a student paper. This is APA 7 current edition. If you, let's see, there is a way to make this bigger. Ta-da! Well, poo. Probably because I'm not clicking on the other stuff. There we go. So if you open this up and you're looking at the sample of a student paper, notice there's all this stuff off to the side. This is telling you exactly what's expected of you. It tells you how far to bring it in, the information you're supposed to put here. It shows you about your headers, your page numbers. It shows you how to do a quote, shows you another in-text citation, shows you like this, where you're doing the abbreviation. The first time you say it, you write the whole thing out. The rest of the paper, you use this. This will show you how to do absolutely anything you need in APA format. It even has, where is it? It even shows you an appendix. It shows you tables, figures, and all the way down here, it shows you your references. Big thing to remember with APA is your last part is references. Always references. The word references is centered. It is not underlined. It is centered, bolded, top of page. That's it. No underline, no colon. This is how all of the sources will be listed. I'm going to show you something about that in just a moment. It's just this I need to make clear. One of the things some people will turn in, I'm going to come back to the Word document. Some people will do something like, I don't know, we're going to say Adams, John, this, Gilmore, or whatever. I would like to point out this straight line right here, that does not exist in APA format. A lot of people have been told to use a generator in order to do their citations. They are not always correct. Every time it has that straight up and down line in your citation, that is not accurate. So if you're using a generator, at least fix those. Okay. Now, here I'm going to show you why I'm talking about the Microsoft Word that is downloaded. This button right up here that says, well, it's not a button, this tab says references. Click it. Now, I am doing this on a Mac. Also works on the PC, but there's slight differences. But on both, you will see something called references. You go here. Notice here are citations. I already have APA listed. The one that is here in my computer is APA 6th edition. Purdue OWL has 7th edition. So if you do everything I tell you here and then just double check it with Purdue OWL, you can fix it all. So here I'm going to pick APA 6th edition. Now, Insert citation, citations. Insert citation. I just wrote something. Actually, let me do that. I'm going to say blah, 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 blah. And now I need to cite it. So now I go insert citation and I pick what it is. Most of you are going to be doing websites or like I'm going to do article in a journal. That's what a lot of them are. You have case studies, and so that would probably be here. But if I do article in a journal, this is what shows up. You can click this button to show everything. So if you wish to give more information, you're welcome to. Anything with the asterisk, you have to do. So here I'm going to do, again, Adams, if I can type it right, John. Notice down here it shows last name, comma, first name, semicolon, last name, comma, first name. This one we're just doing one. And I'm going to say the Federalist Papers. There we go. And the journal name, I don't know, political stuff today. Yes, I'm totally just making that up. What year? I'm going to pick last year. And then pages will say 34 through 57. Again, I'm just making stuff up. But I filled in the fields. And look, it gave me my citation right here. Now, say that we have something else and I need to cite something new. And this time I'm going to say it's a website. And this time we don't see an actual person's name. A lot of people will put NA. That is not correct. You would then use corporate author. So say that I am using a website of Politico. That's what I put. Name of the web page, the Federalist Papers, name of the website. This would be Politico. There we go. URL, www. And yes, I am just making this up. You are more than welcome to see if this exists, but it probably does not. Year, I said 2025. Month, we'll say March. And then day, 26. It's my birthday. So then, there we go. Now, what's really cool is say that I've already done this before. Now I can go to the button that says citations. Click it, and it shows the ones I've already done. So then I can just go boop and just pop it in there. But wait, there's more. If I also go to this little area down here, put Citation Source Manager, it saves everything I've ever used. So I can go through here and I can select other things and pop them in. So there we go. Close. Now they open up here. So now I can sit here and click and add anything I need. And again, yes, but wait, there's more. Okay, so if you remember, I said for proper APA format, your references has to be at the top of a page. So now you go to Insert and you hit Page Break. That brings you down here to your own page. Go back to References. This part that says Bibliography, pick one of these. It really doesn't matter because you're going to have to change the word anyway. So do that. Change this to References. Make sure that you also change the font. I don't know why they change everything. It should be Times New Roman. And it should be 12 point. It should be bold. It should be black. And it should be centered. And of course, it should be spelled correctly. There we go. Then for this, if you highlight all of this and go to paragraph, Hanging is what you need, and then this needs to be double spaced. You do that, bam. Your reference page, come on, click up here. Your reference page is done. It's done properly. It is alphabetized. Everything is perfect. I mean, other than if you look up here, it's still not Times New Roman, but you can fix that at the end. But when you do that insert page break, this is the other beauty. Oh no, I need to add more sources. I forgot. And then I come over here. I'm just going to grab a few more that I had over here. Why not? There we go. I threw in 3 more. Oh, and I'm going to show you this too. Notice I just slapped 3 through here. I can do convert to static text. And then say that I needed to have all 3 of these were the same. All I do is do this, semicolon, semicolon. There we go. Got them. But here's the really cool part. Look, our reference page still exactly where it was. But now we need to update it because we added more sources. So you click on this part, put update, and our new ones go in there. Sadly, you still have to do the double space thing because for some reason it always clears that out, but it's not a big deal as long as you know to do hanging and double, then you're good. And then, see, references done exactly the way they're supposed to be, alphabetized, and they haven't moved. So that is the way to easily do your APA format. These are the basic rules. Now, where I said I was going to tell you a little something else. I had to write a lot of papers, like a lot. And you're normally compiling your information, trying to figure it out. Some people highlight like crazy. I learned the easiest way for myself was I open a Word document. I take what I want, straight up copy paste into a Word document where I put the citation above and then the information below. And I do that for each of the papers or whatever I was going through. So I know this information came from this paper. Then I open a second Word document, do the citation thing, and I reword every single thing I pulled from the paper. As in, literally type all brand new words. I don't type the same words. I do not copy and paste. I actually reword every single one of the concepts in my own words. Then I get rid of the original document, keep the one that's all in my own words. Then I start writing the paper, because if I start writing the paper, then I have everything I need. And then when the panic sets in and you're like, oh my gosh, my brain isn't working, I need to include this, but I can't remember how. It's all my own words now. Now I can copy and paste because those are my own words. If you start trying to write your papers that way, you will find very quickly that it brings the similarity score down a lot. It is a little bit of a process, but that's what writing papers is a process. And the more you write, the easier it gets. And when you take all of the parts that you have removed from the sources or from the course or from the paper or from the case study, any of those things, if you take the time before you try to write your paper, go ahead and have all your information and you reword it before you start writing your paper, you will better comprehend the material and you will write a much better paper. So that's pretty much what I say in every Zoom meeting about APA format and paper writing. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. If you still want to meet so you can bounce ideas off me, that's cool. Ask. Just know that my time is limited. This is not my only job. And that's why we have to schedule ahead so I can, carve out times, because I 100% want to help you. But we have to schedule accordingly and you have to show up. So that's it. And if you need anything else, let me know. Peace.